So took 4 trades today, all losers, and these 3 were all pretty much on the same setup, and this one was a different one, but it seems like it eventually worked out. Just not when I entered. So yesterday there was a nice rally up, and so pivots were all bullish, including CPR and also cams. So it was more of a bullish sentiment coming in, but today's open it was inside this value area and also inside supply and inside H3L3. So I honestly kind of ignored this value area and decided that I was going to put more focus on the supply and the high volume node ledge because we've rejected off of this supply 3 times already, 4 times maybe, and we're testing it again. So well, that could go either way. I could now break out of it, but because market was opening inside value, I didn't think a breakout was the most likely scenario. And I wanted to see if I can short the supply first into demand. The other thing that was lining up there was this high volume node ledge area. So 1, 2, 3, almost 4 times now. And I wanted to see if it rejects off of here. So that was 7601. And the supply was also, the high volume node ledge was inside the supply. So it was the same area. And so that's the level that I wanted to short here. So supply and high volume node ledge. The other thing that I considered was if it did break out a value area, I could take a retest at value area and go for a breakout. But I was less inclined to take that and more inclined to take the high volume node ledge. But I took that setup too. So market first opened up and it started rallying straight through value area high over here and then came back down to retest. So I'm looking at this and it rallies with nice buying imbalances here, but there's a bunch of sellers that come in over here. But candle closes positive on the 1 minute. So that's a 1 minute delta divergence there. Also on the 2 minute, there is a delta divergence with kind of a B shape over here. And then what I saw was that it was making lower lows on delta here. So CVD hidden divergence, 1 minute delta divergence, flirting with it. Also on the 20 range, it was red, negative almost 900 delta, but candle was closing positive, and also 2 minute delta divergence here. So I enter with 2 contracts here, stop up below here, 92. It's about 5 points. I honestly thought it was decent. It was a kind of a little retest back into value area high, and I wanted to take it up to H3. But there was this high volume node ledge in the middle that was standing in the way here. And honestly, I probably should have protected myself here because it was such a level that I was looking at for shorts. And especially when it made this high volume 3 minute shooting star. And that shooting star, there's a rejection over here. I should have probably put it at break even or something. Or even at it was 1.27 R. Yeah, or even at this lower high here, or higher low here. I thought about it, but I just decided to keep it at my OG stop loss because I wanted to see if it could, I don't know, break out more. But the whole time I was holding this trade, I was going back and forth between maybe I'm on the wrong side because I want to short this, but kind of want to see what it does. And if it did sell off, I would like to take a pullback short. So it seemed like it was breaking out, but rejected pretty quickly there. And then started coming back down. There was a delta divergence on the 20 range chart. And maybe honestly, I maybe shouldn't have taken this value area high long and just waited for this high volume node short supply. That might have been a bad choice there. But then I got stopped out, full stop loss here. I think I didn't put it, put my stop over here at break even because it didn't form a lower or higher low yet on the 20 range. But I don't know, looking back at it, maybe I should have because it was my short level. But then it does a little retest here and then starts coming back with a 20 range delta divergence, 2-minute delta divergence, and then also CVD hidden divergence, 1-minute delta divergence. I really like these confirmations on the pullback after this 20 range delta divergence, so I decided that I should take it. And took it with 2 contracts again, stop above these highs here, the pullback highs. Got stopped out right away. I honestly can't blame myself for taking this. I think it was decent confirmations, especially the CVD going up like crazy. But then it comes back up to the high volume no ledge area here at 76.05, and then it starts going back down. I do see that it is about to form a RSI hidden or RSI normal divergence here, but it didn't quite break the highs yet. I want it to break the highs, and I kind of just get in here with the P shape as pretty much my only thing. I mean, there was CVD hidden divergence, so that was, I guess, the main driver. But yeah, once the sellers started coming in, I decided that I wanted to get in because it was rejecting at that same level before, and the P shape. I don't know, might not be the worst one, but I feel like maybe I could have waited for this to break, this high to break, because usually when it hangs out there, it breaks, does a fake out, and then comes back down. But I didn't do that, and got actually I had it above the highs here, but got stopped out for some reason. Maybe this was the earlier trade, but no, this was the first. So this was the first at the double top here, potential double top, first trade. Enter with 2, and I actually had my stop of us 04.75, which was the high here at the time. Yeah, 76.04.75. But I guess MES hit 04.75, or maybe I put it back down at 04.50. But no, I had it at 04.75, and ES never hit 04.75, but I guess MES did, and it stopped me out. And then what happened is that it started coming back down again, forming a delta divergence here on the 2-minute. And so I felt like I was cheated out of this. So 20 range delta divergence, 2-minute delta divergence, and of course CVD hidden divergence there. So I felt like I was cheated out of this. But yeah, because it never hit my stop and then it started going back down. So I entered it again with 2 contracts. Maybe I should have sized down at this point, but yeah, that didn't work. Popped above the highs, and then yeah, that's why I took my 4th trade, because I felt like it was the same thing that I just got cheated out of. And then it breaks the high, so now it's officially RSI normal divergence, but I already took 4 losses. I can't do any more. So I exited out of my execution window and I was just watching. But if I didn't take this last one, or maybe the first long or something, I might have taken this, because it was a big delta divergence on the 20 range. Bunch of buyers getting stuck up here. POC at the tops, nice P shape. 577 delta positive but negative candle. Just great overall confirmations here. And I mean, it wasn't easy, but it seems like it eventually made its way down without hitting my stop. So I tried it there, but that didn't work. Broke above the highs, and that was pretty much the high here, because it never came back above. It almost did, but it was very choppy until I guess something came in here, some news maybe, and it went down all the way to L3 into demand. So yeah, if I held this and entered a 5th time, or maybe a 4th time if I didn't enter before that, it would have hit my stop and more, or to my target and more. So I guess it eventually worked out, this high volume no ledge rejection, but just wasn't part of it again. And that's been the theme of this whole week. My plan just didn't work out, but my plan worked out here, my plan worked out here. Plan, I guess, worked out here too, but just taking loss after loss. And it sucks because I'm trading with 2 contracts now, and so the drawdown is much bigger than I'm used to. But, yeah, my plans are working out. It's just not at the time I want it to.